All right, so guys, this is how we're going to look over today how we're going to operate with this flipped classroom scenario. So make sure that you listen so that you understand exactly what to expect. And of course, you can ask me any questions as they come along. Okay, so what you're going to need as you're working on your video notes. There's a couple of different things that you want to make sure you have around you as you get started, just like when you're setting up for your normal homework scenario. So the first thing you're going to need is some kind of internet connection. You can use a laptop, you can use a computer, you can use your phones, you can use your tablet. The phones typically, it's kind of hard to read, so you want to make sure that if you are using a phone, you're using kind of one that has a bigger screen so that you don't strain your eyes too much. You also are going to make sure you want to have a good workspace. You're going to want a room that's quiet, of course, well lit, so you know where to write. Don't want to be around distractions where you might see your friends or your brother or your sister might be bothering you or whatever the circumstance may be. You also might want to use headphones if you have that that ability with your phone or with your computer, just to plug your headphones in. It'll help to kind of keep the other noises from distracting you too much. Something to write with, you can use a pen, you can use a pencil. I don't really care as long as you can read what it is that you wrote. Your notes are not going to be effective if you can't read them, so you want to make sure that you don't write in highlighter and you don't write in marker, and you're not going to want to write in like a Sharpie. Like one of the Sharpie pens is fine, but like the permanent Sharpies, because it's going to bleed through on your paper and you might not be able to read your notes as well. So be careful what you write, what you write with, so that you can make sure that you can read your notes. You're going to want to have your interactive notebook with you, and I'm going to leave it up to you guys to determine whether you want to write your notes directly into your interactive notebook or you want to use one of the outlines that are provided on the website. That's something we'll talk more about in class. I'm fine either way. There are definitely people who like to write in their own handwriting on their directly on the notebook paper, which is fine with me. Next up, how to get to the videos. Just like you got to the video today, you're going to go to the class website, which is up on the board right here. It's dorothyandrews.weebly.com. Videos are posted under video notes. There's a whole tab that's just set aside. They're arranged so that the video that's supposed to come last in your notebook is first on the website. So the later videos will be down at the bottom. I don't delete the videos during the school year, so if you want to go back to review to watch them, that's fine, or if you don't get them done, then you always have access to those videos throughout the school year. This is the easiest way to do it, guys. This is what I would strongly recommend, is that you just go through my website. You can just tag it as a favorite, whatever works for you easiest. The other option is to go to YouTube, and you can search for my username, which is DorothyAndrews88. The problem with YouTube, and this is why I kind of discourage going through YouTube, is that you will see the advertisements on the side of the page. There's a chance that some kind of inappropriate content might come up as you're looking through the YouTube videos. I'm sure that a lot of us have used YouTube in the past, but it's just easier to go through my website. It's directly embedded into my website, so you won't see the ads and all of the junk videos that you might get if you just look through YouTube. So once you get to the video notes, what do? You're going to want to take notes on each of these boards. So typically a lesson might be between 3 and 5 boards. I try not to make them too long because I know that that's a pain for you guys. So you want to make sure you're writing down definitely the information that you do not know. If you're using the outlines, they're fill in the blank outlines, so you're going to want to make sure that you fill in the words that are missing. Make sure that you go over your notes after you write them. One of the benefits of doing something like this is that you have time not only at home to just watch the videos, but you have time to actually read through them and make sure that you understand them. That way you can come to class the next day with any kind of questions or concerns or thoughts that you might have had in the process of watching the videos. Then what we'll do in class, if you've gotten your video notes done, which the majority of you will do, then you'll be working on whatever the extension activity is in class. It can range from maps to making your own videos to seminar type style questions. The lessons are going to vary every day. What I can tell you is that if you don't get your video notes done, you're either going to be working on them during class while everybody else is having a good time, or you're going to have to work on them at lunch, or you're going to have to work on them at home again in order to get them complete. The video notes are the major content of social studies, so it's really important that you get this content so that you can do some of the skills-based activities that our curriculum really requires, and it's more fun than taking notes anyway. And then just some things to remember as you're watching the videos. I do make funny faces. I've always had students that will freeze frame me doing something ridiculous with my face, and then they send me the pictures. It's fine. I'm aware of it. You have to be somewhat confident when you do these things, so that's just one of those things that happens, so just be aware of it. As well as the funny faces, you might see me waving my hands a lot, and just, you can just ignore that. In a couple of my earlier videos, you'll hear my cat in the background, or you hear my dog walking on the wood floors. So there are some of those things that happen. I've gotten to the point where I just film them at school now so that I avoid my pets being in the videos. One of the benefits of this is that you can rewind and fast forward and pause the videos as you're going through them. So if you don't get something, or if I'm moving too quickly, you can always press pause. I do want you to make sure you're actually watching the videos instead of just pressing pause over the slide to get the information. There will be sometimes when I say things that aren't necessarily written on the boards that you might want to write down on the margins or just make a note about for your own personal well-being. So make sure that you're listening to the videos and actually playing them all the way through instead of doing the stop and play, stop and play. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. The video notes are always up at the beginning of the week, and so are the video guides. If you know that you're going to struggle having internet, or that you know you're going to be doing something really, really late at night, just let me know and we can work out a time for you to work on your video notes before school, after school, during lunch. There are all kinds of times that are available to do that. So I want to make this as easy as you guys as possible. All right, we'll get started on exactly how you take your notes in class tomorrow. Have a great one.